Welcome to episode 4. I have 2 finished things to share, a newly started thing, and some 3 deep, lingering whips to share, and one that I'm not sure what to do with. So let's start with the first thing that I finished. I finished Galeen. It's finally done. It's the thing that I was having issues with last episode, the short rows. Anyway, sorry, I just kicked you. So I started it March 29th of 2024, finished it June 5th of 2025, and it is a shawl from Expression Fiber Arts. Let's see it. It's done. It's got my rolly chair. It's so pretty. But I had an issue with the short rows. I'm not sure how I did it. I showed you last time that I was doing the short row shaping starting here, and I somehow messed up, and I don't know, and so I was off by 11 stitches on the rest of it. And so these perpendicular lines are supposed to line up with these ones. With these ones. So let's try that again. These perpendicular lines are supposed to line up with these. And they don't, because they're 11 stitches off. And so I fudged it when I got to the end, and it's fine. I don't care. If it's not perfect, it doesn't bother me. Okay. So here's those 11 stitches, and I just thunk, just did that. Essentially just knit them all together, or took a crochet hook and pulled the first stitch all the way through the rest, and then just tacked it on the wrong side. And I should probably re-tack it again, so that way it's a little more smooth of a transition, but I honestly don't care. It doesn't bother me because, one, I'm most likely not ever going to wear this thing. I made it just because it was so pretty and I wanted to make it, not that I wanted to wear it. And I haven't blocked it. Don't know if I ever will, but it's done and it's finished. I don't know if I said it in the beginning. This is from Expression Fiber Arts. I used the recommended yarn before they revamped it for a different yarn base. So the original yarn base was the Allure Silk Fingering, and I used the color Sterling Silver. Like, it's beautiful, but I don't know when I'm ever gonna wear this. But it's so pretty. I should block it. I really should, but I don't want to. But it's done. It's beautiful. Finally finished that. It took forever. I'm glad it's done. And yeah. My next thing, if I can find it, is, oh, there they are, is a secret project that I didn't tell you about last time, but I kind of shared it over on Instagram. It's these stripy socks. It's using up some more yarn from the Harry Potter Quidditch socks that I finally finished a little bit ago, and I decided to make striped socks representing every single house. So we've got Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. And brown for the heels, toes, and cuffs. These were so much fun. I used the stitch count for the vanilla socks from the Crazy Sock Lady. For my foot, I made the size small. So that's 56 stitches. And I did 20 rounds of 1x1 rib for the cuff. I repeated the house colors twice for the leg, and then the heel from Crazy Sock Lady's vanilla socks, and then repeated the house colors nearly twice again for the foot. It was long enough once I got to the green of Slytherin. And then I did 2 rounds of brown and then shaped the toe. And they're so fun. I love them. And you want to see something? I still have a ton of yarn left over. See? Look at that. This is Cascade Heritage. And, well, except for the brown. The brown is Barocco Vintage Sock in the color 12053. I originally got this yarn for the Gingerbread Man socks from Stone Knits. Those got put into timeout. I recently frogged them, and I will start them again, but I have plenty of yarn left. And so now I'm thinking shorty socks, more Harry Potter shorty socks. You know, each house gets a pair of shorty socks. I have plenty of yarn, plenty. I did a pair of basic rib socks out of the other skein of gray, so I only have one gray skein left, but I love the blue for the Ravenclaw. Look at that. That is so pretty. I love it so much. But anyway, I love these. This project bag is the redesigned project bag. And my husband got this for me for Christmas. It's got a zipper on the inside. Oh, I still have stitch markers in there. Whoop. It's got a zipper on the middle. Couple pockets on this side, and then there's over here there's some elasticy thing so you can stick some needles in there. But I love this bag. It's amazing. And then it zips up and it looks like that. And yeah, so these socks are so fun. They're for me. I started these June 5th and finished the first sock on June 9th and finished the second sock on June 12th, which was this morning. I finished the second sock this morning, and I just had so much fun. It was so much fun with these. I started them when I did because I was doing a random once in a blue moon overnight shift from 9:15 till 2 a.m. and I was essentially babysitting and being the authority figure, and I needed something to do to keep myself awake because 2 a.m. is 3 hours past my bedtime. So I started these socks. The first, well, I obviously didn't get all the sock done, but I did the cast on and 1 row at home, so that way I wouldn't have to do that there. And so I did the cuff, Gryffindor, the first stripe of Ravenclaw, and then halfway through the second stripe. I did all of this. Until it was time to go home. And it kept me awake, and it was amazing. I had snacks. Obviously, I would get up every 20 minutes and go check on things. It was pretty good. And so I have my stripy socks now. to go with my checkerboard socks, and I'm gonna need more socks. So we're gonna make some shorties out of the remaining yarn, and I love it. So those are the only two things that I have finished. Is I have no idea where it went. Oh, it's over there. Galeen and Harry Potter striped Hogwarts socks. So now I have another pair of socks started, but these ones are for a specific purpose. These are my I am out of the house and need something to do socks. So these have no deadline whatsoever. These are, whoop, I'm doing the basic rib socks again from Kate Atherley. It's twisted up, whatever. And I started this, oh, I did not write down when I started it. I put it in my notebook, but I didn't actually put the start date. But that's pretty easy. I started this on Sunday, which was the 8th. Okay, started this on Sunday the 8th, and all of this knitting has been done out of the house. So I decided to do a 2x2 rib on the cuff for 20 rounds. And then I started the 3x1 ribbing for the rest of the sock. Just because the basic rib socks that I just finished in the Ravenclaw gray, it needs a cuff. I don't like that it starts without one. So I did these ones with a cuff. You've seen this yarn color before. Okay, this is Expression Fiber Arts Sincere Sock in the color Release. And this was frogged from a different pair of socks that I wasn't feeling it anymore. I didn't like how this color was working up in that pair. It was Hermione's Everyday Socks. That's a free pattern over on Ravelry. And I didn't like how this color was working up in that pair. So I frogged it, and now it's my ribbed socks. So I will take this with me if I know I'm going to be sitting and waiting for a bit, like church, for example, or I'm not the one driving. These. So I have no deadline for these. These are just good, mindless, out of the house knitting. I am doing the extra small size based on my foot size. I wear a US 7 shoe size. And I'm using the Chiaogu US 1, whatever millimeter that is. I didn't write that down. Yeah, so that's the only like current, well, not current. We know what else I have going on. I've got Midwinter and the Oreo blanket, weighted blanket thing. But this is the one that I can leave the house with. The other two I can't. So that brings me to the next thing, which is I am ready to pick up Midwinter again. It's sitting right there, like right there, and we're good to go. It takes me about 2 hours-ish to do half a square, but that was when I was timing during knit class, because knit class was 2 hours long. And so I would have this to work on while I was monitoring and watching and teaching, because you need something to work on that while they're learning, otherwise you're just sitting there staring at them and it's just weird. So that's 2 hours for half a square, but that is with stopping and helping every once in a while. Okay, so I'm not actually sure how long it's going to take to finish a square. It could be 4 hours. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm ready to get going on that again. I started that, when did I start that? I started that July 20th of 2024 with the intention of having it done by last Christmas, by Christmas 2024. Obviously it didn't happen. So, to recap, let me grab it so you can see it. Boop. Okay, so these, which direction is up? This direction is up. These are the finished squares that I have. Okay. Okay. I did not go for the suggested colorways because I wanted it to feel more like Misty Mountains. Okay. Misty Mountains with a cabin and what have you. Let me grab a, yeah, so these are my finished squares. I have gray as my main color, and that is Caron 1 pound in the color Soft Gray Mix. Oh, I will say the pattern is DK weight and I am using worsted weight, but I am still using the same needle size because I wanted the squares to be a little more tight, and I think it's gonna be beautiful. I'm excited. And then, so my different colors are, oh, where is square one? I don't remember which is which. Okay, so we have, one of the squares is Basic Stitch in the color Olive. I think that's this one. I think so. Okay, and then number 2 is AC Moore Tweed in the color Dark Green, which is this one. And then square 3 is Loops and Threads in the color Deep Forest. Again, I believe it's this one. It's somewhere around here. Hold on. Haha. Nope. That is not square number 3. That is square number 5. I was wrong. Okay, so we've got, hold on. We'll get this right. So this is square number 1. This is Basic Stitch in the color Olive. This is square number 2. That is the AC Moore Tweed Dark Green. Square number 3 is this one. This is square number 3, and that is Loops and Threads in the color Deep Forest. And now square number 4, hold on. Square number 4 is this one. This is AC Moore in the color Summer Green. And then square number 5 is this one. That one is square number 5. That is Red Heart Super Saver in the color Hunter Green. And then square number 6 is the tree. And that is Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn in the color Black. So I am loving my different shades of green with my black tree. Because it's just going to be so gorgeous. So I have squares that I need to block so that way I can seam them together and finish seaming the rest of it. I have like 6. Whoa! Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have about 7 squares left to make. And then I'm going to crochet the border around it because there's no way I'm picking up all those stitches and knitting a border. Not gonna happen. As for the border color, I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, and we'll see what I feel like doing when the time comes to put a border on that blanket. So that's the next thing to do, is midwinter. After, well, not after, like I can do that now because I finished socks and I was itching to make the socks, so I did. And then Oreo blanket not much progress to show on there. It looks exactly the same as last time, even though I have added more rows, but because it's so huge, it looks exactly the same. I think I'll just show it to you when I'm done. That's the next time you'll probably see it. And again, it's just when I'm on the couch knitting, because there's no thinking involved. It's seed stitch. That's it. Up next is okay. Up next is finishing the Forever Lingering whips. Okay, these have been around for a while. This one of them is my oldest whip. Actually, let me put my notebook on the floor. This is my oldest whip. So old that it is not in my handy dandy notebook, because I didn't start the notebook until after I started this thing. So this is from Entangle. What? It is called Entangle, or Entangled, don't remember which, and it is from Expression Fiber Arts. Okay, let me back up here. This thing is huge. Okay, so here's where I'm at, and it goes this way, and then it continues to go this way, then we go this way again. Okay, it's a feather and fan stitch large rectangular shawl. I loved the colors in the sample because it looks like a rose garden with those colors, but by the time I got around to ordering the yarn for it, those colors were no longer available. So this is what we've got. We've got cream, and then a pretty lavender, then we've got that one, it's gorgeous, and then a dark purple, and then the blue is the exact center of the shawl, and then you reverse the colors. You can do the dark purple, and then you do that pretty purple, and then I'm back to lavender. So all I have left to do is the next lavender section, and then finish off with the cream, and then this is done. It's a 4-row repeat that is ridiculously easy, and it's so fun, but it's just sitting there. I started this in summer of 22. This thing is 3 years old. I need to finish it. I haven't, hold on. I don't know where the rest of my pattern is, but it's really easy. Oh, I have a gift card to IKEA. The closest IKEA to me is 5 hours away in Utah. I don't think I'm going to be using this anytime soon, and it's expired anyway, so woo! But here's my pattern, and yeah, it's 4 rows. That is not going to take any time at all. So while I am needing, or when I need a break from doing color work, I might work on this thing and get this done. As for what I'm going to do with it when I'm done, I don't know. Because again, I don't wear shawls. I just like making them. So, I don't know. We'll find it out. Then the next one is a mystery knit along from Expression Fiber Arts. This is their mystery knit along from 2023, and it's what they called a schlanket, a shawl blanket thing, and it was Advertence. And I got halfway through all the clues, finished every clue on time, and then I had to stop because we were forced to buy a new car, I got rear-ended at a stoplight. It damaged my bike rack, totaled my car, and then we had to buy a new car, which really sucks because my car was paid off. And so now we have a car payment again. So I stopped with the making of the yarn because it didn't feel like I should keep buying yarn because of that, but that's okay. So here it is. I decided to go with greens and creamy gray colors. So this is what halfway through this mystery knit along looks like. It's mosaic knitting. So here we are. Let me, hold on. Wait, so we got that. Okay, so this is halfway through, and then you essentially reverse the pattern and go back the other way. And reverse which color is the main color. So I'm not sure what I want to do with this. This is using the suggested yarn, just not in the colors that they suggested because I want to do my own, and you know how I feel about green. And I just realized that this is essentially the same color scheme as the midwinter blanket. You see it? Yep, I see it. Anyway, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to continue and finish the other half? Because this thing is already like a good lap blanket size. This is pretty perfect. Do I finish it? I don't want to frog it because that's a lot of work to frog. That's a lot of work. I'm not going to do that. Or do I bind it off where it is right now and call it good? I don't know, which is why I haven't touched this in 2 years. I should probably get thinking on that. And I have the next skein actually for clue number 7. I already have that. So I may as well just finish. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish this. When I'm gonna finish it? No idea. But yeah. It's so pretty. I love it. And now the next one is another Schlanket. Also Expression Fiber Arts, not using suggested yarn. I know that much. Or maybe one of them is the suggested yarn? I don't remember. Anyway, this is a crochet hexagon blanket, Schlanket thing. And you make a bunch of hexies, then seam them up and add a border. It's Tuba Thaka. I started this March 3rd of 2023. And it's not done. I'm not sure where I'm at because you need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 colors used in this. And I think I have finished all the hexies for all the colors. I don't know. Or maybe I need to do the half hexies for like corners and stuff. I know, I'll figure this out. So let me pull these out so you can see. I don't remember what's what. They each have color 2 and color 4 have the same count of how many hexies they have, but it's really easy to know which one is which. Okay, I think this one is color number 1. And this is Expression Fiber Art Sincere Sock in the color Create Joy. I believe that's what this one is. And then the rest of them are Crema Sock, and they were the colors inspired by the Nutcracker. Okay. How about this? I will look up what these colors are actually called, and I'll put that on the screen and tell you. Okay? Aren't these so pretty? I love these colors. I love their Nutcracker collection. So anyway, all of these together will make the prettiest blanket, schlanket thing. I'm trying to hold these all together. Yeah, so I just need to count and see where I'm at. I think I have them all done. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then I think I have the half hexies left to make. These, because these go in corners. So like you have one here, dunk. And then you have another one over here or something. I don't know. You somehow put it together and it makes it a more even edge. But all of those hexagons are in this Ziploc bag. So I need to figure out where I'm at on this one and finish it. Yeah. So those three are my last long-term lingering WIPs. We need to get those taken care of. I had Knit Night with friends last week. Have another one this week. It's so fun. At Knit Night last week, I was working on these. When Knit Night finished, I was getting ready to start the heel on the first sock. So that was pretty fun. And let's see, what did we have? We had, I made a rainbow fruit salad with a honey lime dressing, for lack of a better word. I love that. Oh, it's so good. I make it every summer. And it was my turn to host last week. It was really fun. It's someone else's turn to host this week. And it's also going to be really fun. It's always really fun. We have a good time. As for reading, I finished the breakdown. What did I end up giving it? Where's my Goodreads? I talked about it last week, that it's this woman who she is feeling all this guilt after not stopping for a car that was on the side of the road in the middle of a rainstorm. And so she's feeling all this guilt and she's having anxiety attacks now and memory loss. And it's just been eating up at her. Whatever that. Eating. Yeah, whatever. And I was so close to DNFing that book last week. I was this close. She was a very annoying main character. Okay? We've all read books like that where they're just annoying and you want to slap them upside the head. But her constant whining, oh my gosh. But I finished it and it was a good book. I ended up giving it 4 stars because once you get to a certain point and you're like, oh, okay. And then things happen, like everything happens at the end. So good. I gave it 4 stars. 4 because she was annoying and I almost DNF'd it. The only book now I have, whether it's audiobook or physical book, is Throne of Glass. I'm still working on that because I read it at night when I'm in bed or if my brain just needs a break from knitting. I know, weird, right? But that's the only book I currently have. I did have one checked out on Libby, but that got returned because I didn't get to it fast enough. I need to check that one out again. It was the next Finley Donovan book. Finley Donovan is really fun. And that's it. Oh, I added a whole bunch of more books on Audible Plus. I have so many on there that I actually need to read and listen to. Whatever. We'll find something to read, listen to, whatever. But that's it for now. Oh, my next new cast on, I know what that's going to be. And that one's going to have its own separate video because it's a stash busting project and it's going to be great. Okay. Thanks for sticking around this long. I feel like I was talking a little quiet, maybe because, you know, it's summer break and the kids are home. But anyway, oh, and if you're wondering what this giant green splotch on the wall is, we are finally going to paint our bedroom. We've been in this house for 4 years and we're finally painting. But first we're skim coating because it's orange peel texture and I hate orange peel texture. So first we got to skim coat. And this is testing if I like this color. I like this color, but not in here. So that's not going to be the color of the bedroom. Yeah. I know what color it is going to be though. I'm not going to share that with you. That's going to be a surprise. Do you want to have a video on that? A video of us skim coating and painting? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.